Okay, so physical traits. Q9, describe your general health and fitness.
I would say overall fairly fit, slightly overweight, just with the extra room.
Okay.
Younger, like we said, kind of on the last of the 5-year cuffs, so maybe 28-ish. What age did we decide they were?
I think someone threw out 22. I don't know if we decided on it.
I just when you turn from being in the family.
Then you get your 5 years after.
Okay, so.
So that means 27.
So 27.
Period.
What if we had her at like maybe a 25 or 26, but then gave her like physically, she's getting old, like because she's been like intensive childbearing this whole time, maybe even from before.
Yeah.
And so she's like, 20, 25, but old before her time.
Yes. I like that.
General health and fitness?
She swims in the ocean, so she's got to be pretty strong. But also, it's kind of neurotic, kind of bookish. I'm going to go with sturdier than she looks.
Okay. Cool. Your general health and fitness?
Yeah, I kind of imagine this person as like a gaunt, but fairly fit, like, to be charismatic, you don't want to look too weird, so just kind of like, you wouldn't say this person has a problem with addiction unless you thought about it and you're like, oh, I can see that. Like, just a little gaunt, a little off, but
just
not unattractive. Yeah, but I said it really depends on the withdrawal or whatever is happening at the time. So, like, in his best, gaunt, but fairly in shape.
Okay.
Decent shape.
Cool. Okay. It sort of makes me think of a rock star. Like, while they're still really popular and successful, it's like, oh, that's how he looks. And then years later, it's like, oh, that was the heroin.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Just write rock star. General rock star physique. Leather pants.
Wild hair.
Q10. Name a physical trait that affects you prominently in your daily life.
This could be something like that is striking, like people notice it, or an injury, or
okay. So it could be like medical kind of.
Yeah, basically the aspect. My thought in writing this question was, what aspect of your physicality do you have to think about during your day?
Pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah. Got this big ass belly.
So you're pregnant as the game.
I would think so.
It's underway.
Yes,
okay.
With a couple of spawns that I've already.
Oh yeah, then that's definitely you're pregnant.
That's that. That's what you need to think about.
Yeah.
Think about you already won. Fun and
I was gonna put that down.
Something to think about. That's something she would think about with her physicality. I'm not gonna cheat and just say she's short. Because that's the thing I notice about my physicality during the day.
Do you have any eyesight trouble?
Oh, that would be good, actually. Can I see that? Where are my glasses? I think that's a good one.
It could be tied in with the whole going blind from too much exposure to sunlight, too.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is a human trait still.
Yeah.
However, yeah, I like the idea of maybe the glasses getting lost or falling off.
Yeah, where are my glasses?
You're able to archive everything else except for your spectacles.
My glasses.
Where are my glasses is a great trait.
I'm gonna do that actually. Where are my glasses? Because I like the idea of her maybe being farsighted. So like, or nearsighted. I mean, so when she's looking at documents and she's doing all of this work here, she's fine. but that means she takes off her glasses, and then she loses them, and then she's like, I have to get to another room. Where are my glasses?
Oh, it looks like I'm stuck in here for another 2 hours.
Okay,
There are worse
physical traits
fates.
that affect you permanently.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking maybe some kind of like long-lasting, mild but chronic like injury from childhood, and just sort of feels pain, which kind of is a drive toward the addiction.
Okay.
But I was thinking as a contrast, having the more alive and human he is based on feeding, the more he feels that pain, the more, you know, because it's sort of it's a physical problem.
Right.
And so it's kind of like you get the pain and pleasure all at the same time. You can't have one without the other.
That would make sense with the drug addiction too. Maybe you're a pill addict.
I'm thinking that's kind of how it started.
Oh.
Okay.
You could have some kind of back injury.
Yeah, that's the kind of I was having in mind. I thought it was Dick York
Yeah,
was
or
my inspiration for that one.
knee or
So
hip.
Yeah.
I heard that he was always laid out with a bad back and he had to like film around it.
That would be interesting. I like that. And I also like the idea that as you get more undead, you don't feel your nerve pain because you're not as alive. But
I see this character rebounding, just wildly fluctuating, and it's like, you know, this gets too boring, but it doesn't hurt, and this is, you know, painful and wonderful at the same time.
that would be neat.
Yeah,
I
cool.
like that.
So, but I do want it to be mild. I don't want it to be like laid out, you know, with bad back all the time.
Maybe you have some kind of
Maybe
nerve
a knee
pain.
injury or something,
Friend.
or a foot. Maybe.
That'd be neat. You could have sciatic nerve pain. That is a thing that doesn't often lay you out, but it hurts.
I like that. I like pinched nerve in the back or something.
Q11. Which of your senses most strongly affects your experience of the world, and why?
Seems a hard one.
We can give you a minute.
Yeah, I want to think on this for a little bit.
Katrina.
I think I'm gonna go with my sense of smell because I don't notice it very often, but when I do, it's very striking. So
I like that because they always say that about smell, that it has this kind of connection that other senses don't, and I like that for such an emotionally closed character that maybe like that's the thing that gets to you.
yeah, and I can see like she spends so much of her time just looking at things that that's sort of routine for her. And when she notices the way something smells, or the way someone smells, or the way a particular room is, it strikes her and it sticks with her more. Those kinds of impressions make a more lasting effect.
It's a really animalistic contrast to the character.
You know, like smells stick with me or smells get to me. No. Okay, so which of your senses most strongly affects your experience of the world?
So very different than myself, I guess. I was thinking touch. This guy's all about manipulating the world, and just physically manipulating is good. So, like, as you know, like maybe he has peculiar writing habits of like I have to write like in this way, you know, like by hand with this kind of paper. It has to feel this way, or like, you know, in life, just manipulating things.
Okay,
Physically.
cool. Yeah. So tactile. Manipulating the world, I like all that stuff. Yeah, cool.
I think maybe the sense of observation, vision, and having to keep track of, you know, different kids and different events that are going on in the household too. You really need to be keen on changes in emotion or changes in interactions between people.
Subtle things.
Yeah, very subtle things too.
Okay. So this is sort of like a social awareness visually.
Yeah.
Like,
We're like reading facial expressions really well.
Yeah, or like
Just
being able
noticing
to
little
read body
changes in
languages.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, like reading body language.
Behavioral changes as well.
Especially if you're dealing with like nonverbal people or not very complexly verbal people, like understanding what's going on with little kids, often you have to just read what they're doing because they don't talk a whole lot yet. They aren't very sophisticated in language. I can see that for her.
see what people aren't saying.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Q12. Describe your overall bodily appearance.
Did we do that in 9?
No, that's your general health and fitness.
Oh,
So that's like how healthy you actually are, all that stuff. It may or may not have a bearing on how you look.
Okay.
Very round right now.
Round or less round?
Yeah, I would generally think round
Okay.
overall.
Generally rounded.
Yeah.
Round and asexual, the jackpot.
Hilly. Composed of hills.
Round.
I think you mean lumpy.
I'm being
No, those are
poetic.
curves, right?
Just have extra curves.
Okay. So yes, describe your overall bodily appearance.
Well, I already have her health as being sturdier than she looks, so I'm going to say that she looks sort of slight and squints a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, I just actually erased gaunt and just stuck it down there. So
Cool.
generally fit, depending on, withdrawal condition, but looks just a little gaunt. But I said gaunt, but attractive.
Okay, so you split those two up. That works.
Cool.
I just like that word.
It's a good vampire word.
Yeah.